Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Nikki C in the place to be. It's Nikki and coffee with me. You know what I'm saying? So I woke up this morning and I started a new schedule for myself just so I can so I did everything that I was supposed to do, and now I have a few minutes to reflect with you guys. Now I got my coffee. And I'm waiting for y'all to get y'all coffee. Everybody get your coffee, girl and guys. So, my reflections. I'm here to talk about the things that I've been reflecting on, and I'm on a journey of making myself a better person, you know, putting my energy where it needs to be when it's concerning me and others. You know what I'm saying? Because I care about people. That's one of my main things, that I'm a humanitarian. I love people. I want to embrace every person if I could, but at the same time, I have to be careful of the energies that I let around me. So I was having a conversation yesterday with my sister. I've been knowing her for many years, and we just known each other so long. And when we didn't see each other for a while, it didn't matter. When we saw each other again, it was back the same. You know what I mean? You got those kind of friends that it don't matter about the separation, because it's a spiritual connection. It's nothing about, having to see somebody every day and talk to somebody every day. But we were both very excited when we were able to connect again, because over the years I used to think about her all the time. Because even before I had children, she had children, and I loved her children. I would want to take them with me and all this other stuff. So, and that's when I didn't have any kids. So that shows that I didn't know her. I knew her for a long time. So anyway, I was talking to her about the energy, because yesterday was my mom's birthday. She's resting in heaven. And around this time, I always get really, really sad. And it's not even intentional sadness. It's just a sadness that comes over me. It's like, it's like I know in my subconscious mind that this happened. And it's, I guess I'm feeling the energy of my mother around this time, and I miss her so dearly. Like, if I could only talk to her again, because the person I am now understands all those teachings that she had for me, that she was trying to tell me, and, trying to guide me and lead me. But we all have to make our own mistakes. We have to learn ourselves, even though our mothers and fathers and people that care about us want to protect us from those things. And I know that's what my mother wanted to do, but at the same time, I had to learn, and I had to learn through experience. So it's okay. It's a good thing. But getting back to my sister, she had called me earlier in the day. And of course, I had gotten some phone calls yesterday that I didn't even want to hear, because I'm like, today is my mama's birthday. I ain't got time for this. That was all I was saying all day yesterday. This is my mama's birthday. I don't want to hear it. So she called, and we were just talking about energy, the different energy that we entertain and allow in our circle and around us. Now, we have to protect our energy. And in order to do that, we need to make sure we are not around things and people who are going to bring those other energies that are not good for our energy. So I was just talking about that, talking to her. We were talking about different situations and scenarios. And I was like, well, that's why I don't want to be around that. It's just like you get to this point in your life where you just know, like, you don't want to be involved with the okie doke. It was plenty of times in my life when I was involved with the okie doke. It was a lot of drama always around. And because of the person I am and me loving people the way I do, I always gave people chances. I did. So in hindsight, when I look back at all these things, it just shows me that a lot of times these people were very undeserving of my presence. They were very undeserving of my presence. And I don't think I'm all that, and I don't think I'm so perfect or anything. It's just that I've always had a kind heart, regardless of my flaws, regardless of what flaws I had. I was always good to the people around me, if that makes any sense, if that's possible. If that is possible, that's what was going on. I, tend to, you know, go the extra mile for people that I thought meant something to me. They were my friends and people that were in my life, and I just did what the humanitarian thing to do. Plus, I was raised by my grandma too. Not just my mom, but my grandmother as well. She was a very strong part of my upbringing. Truth Form is in the building, and Frank G is in the building. Good morning, you guys. Thanks for coming. So, yeah, my grandmother taught me everything I know about spirituality, about Jesus and praying and the demons and the prayers and the stories that she used to tell me. I remember all that. That is all. Those are the things that made me. She, grandma was very loving person too. I saw her and watched her always feeding the neighborhood, always at the church doing something, always Mother Broughton this, Mother Broughton that. They call her Mother Broughton. She was just very active in the community. And so they brought her, people always came to her and she prayed for people and uh the family, our family, people were always there. My uncles, my aunties, all the grandchildren. So yeah. And when I say home cooked meal for breakfast, biscuits, grits, all that in the morning. We didn't have to eat the breakfast after school, but us as kids, we going to school, we want to eat at school. Why was we crazy like that? When we had all this good food on the table, we want to eat at the school. Anyway, so that's where it all comes from, me caring about people. And when I come on here and share these experiences that I have and my thoughts and all this, it's in hopes that it will touch somebody and in hopes that it will help somebody, that maybe it is something that someone else is going through or something else that someone has thought about. So you'll know you're not alone, if that makes any sense. So anyway, the energies that we tend to have around us is going to be the energy that we give off to. So when we are protecting this energy and protecting the type of environments we're in, and we basically, it's not about not being around the people, it's being able to control yourself when you are and control your energy at all times. And that's pretty much it about the energy. I just want to say that I know I did another live the other day and I was having, a venting session with myself. I just want everybody to know that I didn't come to YouTube to look at the other people and be judgmental of them. I don't judge you guys or anyone, any of these channels or anybody. I'm not a judge. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to do what I just said. So when I was talking the other day, it had nothing to do with any of the people that I've met here on YouTube because you guys can't dictate or change the way I'm gonna feel about me. No one is ever gonna do that. The people in my that I deal with on a daily basis, these people are in my life every day. These people have an effect on what's going on in my life at times. So when I'm on here talking about people and the energy and all that, it's more so me venting about the events in going on with me. So when I'm talking, please know that I'm not subliminally talking to none of y'all. It's not even That's not even my purpose here. See, it's a difference when you know what your purpose is. It's a difference when you know what your purpose is, then you can just go with the flow with what's going on in your mind, and that's where your content come from. I don't have to go around and look for none to have somebody else to talk about. I don't. That's just like that's juvenile to me. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm a grown ass woman. Dog. I ain't got time. I got too many issues and things that I'm trying to get together for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my last stretch. I'm trying to stretch this out and do what I got to do. I don't have time to be involved in such things. I see my boy and my brother Cautious Castaway is in the building. Grand Risings. Grand Risings, heaven high. Yeah, I just, this was reflecting. So the schedule that I did for myself is just awesome. I actually did the things this morning. I did everything. I got 6 a.m. wake up, 6 a.m. start a meditation. And by 7, I need to be doing yoga. By this time, I need to be drinking my coffee. And because I had a little bit of time and things on my mind, I decided to pop in and just, drop some jewels on the people. And, oh, I see Lisa Marie in the building too. Hey, Lisa. I just dropped through to just say these things because I know a lot of us are in the same age group. A lot of us are going through the same things at this time. And if you're not going through this, then some of you are getting close to it, about, learning about more about the energy and all that. And, and even you probably already know. It just depends. People's times are different. When they become more aware of the world and more aware of what's going on in this world and more aware that we are more than what we were taught that we are. We have to have balance in our lives. We have to have balance with everything. And like Huey said, the negative energy is not always that bad. We have to be able to control that, and that's the whole thing. Excuse me for 1 second, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so we talked about Miss G is in the building. Yeah, I know you're aware of no spirits. You know what? That's another thing. Grandma used to tell me about the demons, and I was only what 7, 8, 9, 10. I was over there with her because she had to take care of us while my mom was at work. I was with grandma from the age 7 until I was 13. So, grandma already been telling me about the demons, telling me all these superstitions that I just finally got over. Don't let nobody sweep your feet. Don't sweep nobody's feet. All that. Don't put the purse on the floor. Don't put the hat on the bed. I still don't put my purse on the floor. Don't put that hat on that bed. Two people doing somebody's hair. It's grandma had all kind of stuff. I'm like, come on, Indian. These Indians and all this stuff they got. And she said she was a Geechee. And that the Geechee people talk so fast when they get mad. Grandma had a lot of stories though. She had a whole bunch of stories. Whole bunch of stories to tell me. And I was so little and young. I'm like, why is she telling me this? But I remember the stories. I remember every story that she told me. See, that was a really, really good childhood I had, I think. I feel like it was because I had a lot of people in my life. It was some things in my childhood that I really didn't appreciate though. But that nurturing from my grandmother was something that was well needed. It was well needed. And I would really love to be involved with my grandchildren like that. But you know how things are when people don't get married, they, have these kids, then kids be all over the place. I try to keep up with them as best I can, but it's like, can y'all call me? Do y'all want to call me? Which makes me remember that I need to call my youngest grandbaby, my two youngest grandbabies. But I always talk to that oldest one. She ain't gonna never forget Nana. That's what she's not gonna do. She gonna always be up in my grill. Oh, you never met your grandma? I'm sorry. Grandmothers are wonderful things, man. And then, when I remember how my grandma took care of me. So later on, I used to call her all the time. I pretty much call my grandmother every day. And if I didn't call her every day, I called her more than once a week. Because as things changed, I started getting more busy with my life. But I would always go see her. And whenever I went over there, she would always have something for me that I wanted. Whether it be the pound cake, whether it be some collard greens, whether it be some of her spaghetti. And she know I love fish. I love bluegill. So the family in Alabama would always send her bluegills. And whenever I go over there, she'd be like, I got some bluegills in there. She'd let me go in there and fry me a piece of fish or whatever, go in the deep freezer, get whatever she had in there. If she had just made some spaghetti like a day or two before, it's some spaghetti in there. She know what I like. And that pound cake, she already know I like that. And not to mention the biscuits. The biscuits. Grandma had these fluffy biscuits that, man, and you get some Burr Rabbit syrup. Man, that was the best biscuits in the world. The best biscuits in the world. I love grandma. And I miss my grandma too. So that means that I was missing, when I started missing my mama, I started missing my grandma too. I'm like, man, I miss all y'all. Anyway, I don't want to get sentimental on y'all, but I just wanted to drop those little thoughts that I've been having. I want everybody to know that I know I don't know you guys, but my heart is genuine towards y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's genuine towards y'all, towards everybody. I'm not here to hurt feelings or do any of that stuff. So if I'm talking, please don't be like, she talking about me. Please, because I don't know y'all enough to be talking about y'all like that. Not how in depth I was going about what I was talking about. I see Letitia Walker's in the building, Gigi Giggles in the building, Black Diamonds in the building, Patrick Ewing in the building. Patrick Ewing, where's JR? Where is JR? Do y'all know who JR is? Oh, thank you, Gigi. So, anyway, I can't do it. I can't do it. And we just want to be winning. Like, shout out to DC. Classic hip hop is in the building. What's good? What's good? Oh, I forgot to keep telling y'all about my schedule. So yeah, I'm scheduling myself to have order in my life, to have order because I have to be grounded, and that's what all I'm working on. Because there are things that I need to get done, and if I don't have a plan, it will be a disaster. A man without a plan is headed for a disaster. So I'm gonna be winning. So I feel like when you say somebody's slogans, you gotta give them a shout out. Say something somebody said, give them a shout out. That's giving them that's basically giving them the credit for what you learn from them, like in school when you use someone's material to get your point across. You have to cite that work, and say where your source is from. Have a good day, Lisa Marie. So, yeah, my schedule has to do with me and the projects that I'm working on. My work, I got to be able to go to work and still do these things. So I worked my schedule, and I use my calendar, and you can actually on your calendar you gotta do a hangout page on your iPad. If you have Hangout, you should be able to. You got to download the Hangout app, and then you should be able to do it. I don't know if you can go live or anything like that because I don't never like if I do a Hangout, I always be on my computer when I do it. So that's in order for me to do my Hangouts, I do it on my laptop. I had lied the other night and said you can do it from your phone because I thought you could, but they's like, no, you can't. So that is yet to be seen. It is yet to be seen. So it's 7:28. talk to y'all for a few more minutes, and then I'm about to get myself ready to get to this client this morning. I was very happy to hear from this client. I did her hair about a month ago. Uh, she came in on a special, like the special that I run on Tuesdays, the shampoo and style for $45 with a trim. And remember the other day, I was like, I could just keep people at $45 because that will build up more clients and I will make my money in numbers. So what I did was when I talked to her and she had called back all excited saying that she loved her hair when I did her hair, I decided to let her keep that price. So she was excited about that. I'm not in the business of hitting people over the head unless it's going to take me hours to do it. And it's still not hitting you over the head because you got to really realize that what I'm doing is time consuming. I'm skilled at what I do. I've been doing it for years. I deserve the money that I charge. I deserve it for the hours that I work. People don't give the hairdresser enough respect. Knowledge Uprising is in the building. They don't give people enough respect for what they have taken their time out to learn and do and perfect. But yet they have no problem spending money on designer things. They have no problem paying doctors all this money. They have no problem with all that because they have more respect for these things, these people. And it might even not even be respect. They have more, those things are more important to these people. So when they get to me, it's like, oh, can I, what about $100? No, not, it's not $100, it's $150. Oh man, you can't just, no. Why we gotta negotiate the prices? Because you guys have at least less respect for someone like me. Why do we need to negotiate a price? You never negotiated a price when they sent your light bill. You never negotiated any of those prices. So why this comes to me, it's time to start negotiating. No, it's not. I have passed up money on the account of people really want to do that. You want to drive up in a Mercedes and then tell me I'm not worth the price that I'm charging. But you over here giving Mercedes and them all this money though. So what's the big difference? Oh, I thought you was leaving, Lisa. Shoot. That's good. That's perfect. That's how you should be. Because you know what? Not only is your hairdresser important, a hairdresser is important because she is the one who is making you look good and she's also trying to take care of your hair. She's taking care of your hair. She's using the best products. If I really calculated everything the way I should, it would be more than what I charge. Regarding the expensive products that I use on people. And in school, they didn't teach us to charge you a portion of the product. They told us to charge the person at least half of what our products cost. At least half of what our products cost. Really, we're supposed to be able to buy us a whole new bottle of the product within the price of what we charge. We're charging for our product, the time, and the skill. So tell me, how much would that be worth? How much would that be worth? That's why they always say you need to know your worth in every situation. Know your worth. Yeah, and I always tell my clients everything they need to do too, but do people listen? No. No. For instance, let me give y'all for instance. Yeah, I'm making a lot of I have so much stuff. But for instance, I have a client that gets this crochet and she wants her hair to look like, to me, truthfully, she should just get a full weave to save us all some time and trouble. But she likes this crochet hair. She likes it. I can't make her change. And I've done everything in my power to make this lady happy. So shout out to me. But this work is extensive work. Really and truthfully, when people see me do her hair, they know that I should be charging her at least $250 to do this. So I'm taking a $60 pay cut. I'm taking a $60 pay cut, but I don't mind because this lady is a loyal client. She's loyal. Her daughter comes to me. Her son comes to me. And like I said, I make my money in the long run. And it was even better because she used to come every 2 weeks, but I didn't want her to come every 2 weeks because I felt like it was a little bit too much. Even though I was getting that money, it was too much for her hair. That's how much I care. That's how much I care. I don't want to. I mean, the money was looking good in my pocket. Come on, y'all. It was looking real good in my pocket, but at the same time, I'm always for the greater good. The greater good is for the health of her hair. She didn't need to be redoing her hair so much. Now I see a difference in her hair. I see the growth when she comes back. When she was coming back every 2 weeks, I couldn't see the growth. You know what? Let me tell you about my edges since you came here. We're not even going to delete your comment. Let me talk to you about my edges. Let me tell the story about my edges since everybody is so interested in them. First of all, I was the only one who pointed out about my edges. Otherwise, y'all would have never known because I know how to camouflage them, but I didn't care to camouflage them. I said that the only thing you could ever say about me to be like you're being right now is talk about my edges. But I'm gonna go back in history and tell y'all about my edges. So when I was very little, because our parents couldn't stand the curls in our hair, they used to pull our ponytails really, really tight. Really, really tight. It used to be so tight it used to hurt me. It used to be so tight that bumps would come. Now, when I was 7, my father was shot. I had to be the one to see him on the ground when we got back to where he was. He was laying there. I thought my daddy was dead. He was laying there. And I screamed and I hollered and I kicked and I screamed because I thought that my father wasn't going to be with me anymore. because of his gunshot wound, he ended up paralyzed. I hope you're still listening since you want to come here and be funny and laugh and joke. You need to stay here and listen to this. So, because my ponytails were so tight all the time and I was going through a nervous problem with having to see my dad on the ground shot, I used to mess with those bumps on the side of my head. I was nervous, a nervous child. So the bumps led to me damaging my own hair follicles on the sides of my hair. So with that being said, I was a part of it, but I didn't really realize what I was doing. So I don't have the size of my hair. Oh well. It still don't take away from the person that I am and the person that I have become. But since you so weak in the mind, you're gonna come in here with this troll. We already know you one of the same motherfuckers that was talking about my edges. So now you got the full story of why my edges are like they are. Because I had to see something as a 7-year-old that I shouldn't have had to see. And I had to deal with these adult problems that I shouldn't have had to deal with. And that's why I'm strong now. That's why I'm like I am now. It ain't nothing you can do to hurt me. Whoever you are. So you can get the fuck on about my chat. How about that? With your weak ass. Bet you won't come in my face with that weak ass shit. That's what I'm talking about. These people that want to be on social media and try to hurt somebody and try to do all this shit to somebody. Now get your ass out of here. Anyway. Yeah, that's what happened to my dad, y'all. Very sad. Very, very sad. Very hard for me growing up as a child. I didn't understand the event that happened. I didn't understand, and it still bothers me to this day. You know, it's something that I had. One of the things that I had to get over. One of the things I had to get over is my dad being paralyzed and shot and being taken out of my life like that. He was still in my life, but it was like he couldn't be active in my life like he wanted to be. So that left my mom to be a single mom to raise me to be the woman that I am. Can y'all just block this person from my channel, please? Oh, heartless individual, oh, weak ass minded individual, oh, trifling person that don't got nothing else to do but bother other people, ain't got no business, need to go get you some. Why you didn't come in here as yourself so I could really check your weak ass? I probably got more hair than you. Shit, I might not have no sides, but I got hair that I can work and whip it and everything. So don't even get it twisted. That's right, Lisa. That's right. See, that's that what I'm talking about, that energy. That energy is very toxic. It's very toxic. And you know, in order for us to have a healthy social media experience, we got to know how to deal with this. We got to know how to handle this. I'm not going to be on here crying because of your weak ass. That's what I'm not going to do. Shit, enough has made me cry in my life. Because my edges ain't never stopped me from getting nowhere in life. I wonder what's stopping you from getting where you need to go. Woo! I ain't nothing gonna break me. Shit, you gonna have to get in my face to do that, and pretty sure you too weak to get in my face. There's some weak ass people in this world, boy. I'm telling you. I've been waiting for this though. That's what they don't know, because I wanted to check. I've been wanting to check some people anyway. But I ain't gonna get on here and attack people. But if you come over here and run up in my chat with that bullshit, you will get checked. Because I ain't scared of none of y'all. On the internet or in my face. How about that? Because I told y'all I ain't got no problem. Come holler at me. Because I ain't got no problem, because I know you can't see me for real. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Please don't. Please don't let the smooth taste fool you around here. I ain't gotta prove nothing on the internet. Like half of these people on the internet, they just so busy trying to act like they harder, and they not. Ain't none of y'all hard though, for real. Only thing hard in you is hard up for some attention, because you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna bust a grape. That's why you in a house now on the internet. Ain't no gangsters on here. Ain't nobody that's really gonna do shit on here, for real. Need to humble yourself, for real. What am I wearing?